Hey Empire, before we get into today's video, we just want to say that toxic relationships can be found in the most surprising places. They can come from family, friends, even a professional relationship. Yes, they can be found in and outside of the workplace. But for the purpose of this video, we will be discussing romantic relationships. However, the tips and signs that we will be presenting to you all in this video can relate to all forms of toxicness in any relationship. So with that being said, sit back,
be aware,
and pay close attention. What's going on, Empire? Welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite king and queen here, Aaron.
I'm Lena.
If you are new to this channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join the Empire because we are growing. Make sure that you hit that post notification bell and spam the comment section below. Today we have a very different video for you all, and it's going to be kind of on a serious note, but you know, we will try our best to deliver all that we promised in the beginning of the video. So today we're going to talk about toxic relationships. Yes, that title is correct. We will be talking about, again, toxic relationships. So to start off, for those of you who do not know what toxic relationship is, Lena is actually going to give you all the definition.
Okay, so y'all, it was a lot. It's a lot that I wrote. So I'm not going to remember it on top of my head. And then I didn't want to just think like I'm just thinking of random stuff to say. So I'd rather just go in the order I have it. So I'm going to read off the paper I have it on. So, okay. So a toxic relationship is when a toxic partner or both is emotionally, physically, verbally damaging the other partner or damaging one another. Self-esteem issues and drains energy. Also, dysfunction becomes the norm in a toxic relationship. The toxic partner will always be inappropriate on a daily basis. A toxic partner always wants to be in control and have all the power in the relationship. Also, that partner will always belittle you no matter what, always downing you. Whatever you do is never right, or even when you have an idea that you have, they will laugh and call it silly or stupid. A toxic partner will not hesitate to belittle you in public in front of friends and family. Then that other partner will tell the other to stop belittling them, but they will keep doing it and then turn around and say they're kidding. Can you take a joke? The problem is they are not kidding, and what they're doing is not a joke. It can be so bad that that partner will believe that they aren't good enough, or the toxic partner will say you lucky to have him or her, that no other man or woman wants you. Their goal is to keep your self-esteem up as low as possible to have even more control over you. All that basically just means it's all negative, and when I say the word belittle, that just means always making fun of you, always poking at you, always saying, oh, you're not gonna make it, or you're not cute, or oh, why did you wear that, you look hideous, so on, so on. If you have an idea like a business or like, you know, something that you came up with that you think you wanted to, hey, if you wanted to change the world, or if you feel like your opinion matters to a certain situation, they will laugh and say, oh, that's not smart, or that sounds ridiculous, and so on and so on. And then that negativity can rub off on you, and you will start to thinking, oh, you deserve that, or oh, you did something wrong. And those two things that's never the case at all. Self-esteem is more something's wrong with them. It's not nothing wrong with you. It's something's wrong with them. It's how their mentality is. If they feel like they have to abuse their partner or even each other, then they should know that that's not okay. That's not gonna work. Because again, it's like, who wants to be in a relationship but they're always bickering, or they're always, you know, being toxic toward each other? What if it's like domestic violence, or maybe even some females also, you know, abuses their boyfriend and also shoot down his dreams also. So it's not just always about the man doing something to the female. No, the female can do something to the man also. And then that person always try to do everything right just to not get yelled at or get fun of or put down. So they walk on eggshells. and then that's not okay, because when in a relationship, you're supposed to feel protected. Your man is supposed to protect you, and he's supposed to keep harm away from you. If anything, it would be the other way around, and not like having that person run away from the boyfriend, or the boyfriend run away from the girlfriend, because it's supposed to be support on both ends. All the name calling, all the downing, that's all negative. If it's actually signs too, it's very signs. Like little signs means the most. They are the most. It means the most. They might be tiny, but it's the most. It means the most. And when they get with the whole, oh, I'm just playing with you, or oh, I'm just kidding, no, they're not, because that's what they really mean. Because if they didn't feel that way, they wouldn't treat you that way.
Yes, I downright agree with everything that she said. Toxicness in a relationship is not really called for. Putting a person down, making fun of a person, not being supportive, anything to, like she said, belittle. I feel things like that is never tolerated. And if you do find yourself in any relationship with those kinds of traits and signs, I don't want to be negative and say give it up. I don't want to be negative and say don't try to work for it, but it's probably best to always put yourself first, especially if you're in a relationship that is unbalanced, that's not like that's not giving, there is no growth. I would say definitely that's gonna wind up weighting you down in the long run. So it's best to put yourself first and not allow someone to put you down in order to build themselves up. That's not how a relationship works. You can try all day to try to communicate with that kind of person, but like we have stated in a previous video, comprehension goes a long way along with communicating. So many people nowadays put themselves at a lower pedestal to please their significant other, and it's not necessarily supposed to be like that. I don't understand what makes people do that. I don't understand what makes a person, speaking from a man's point of view, especially one that actually cares for his significant other, I don't understand what a person achieves putting someone that's so precious down. I don't understand what would drive a person to wind up doing that. To me, it doesn't make any sense. But like I said, I can't speak from a sick-minded person. I can only speak from me, and I can speak from how I view things. And I would never, like Lena for example, I would never put her down to make myself feel better.
But not because I beat you up. Just kidding.
I ain't worried about none of that. But yeah, guys.
No, I'm really kidding. When I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
She's kidding. She's kidding. She's not like that. But I don't really understand how any man could hold, because I'm speaking on purely men. Even though toxicness, like she said, can come from men to women, and it could also go from women to men, regardless. But speaking as a real one, putting down my significant other just to boost my self-esteem doesn't really do anything for me. I don't get moved unless she's happy. So if she's safe, then I'm happy. If she's excited, then I'm happy. Knowing that she's taken care of, that's what makes me feel good. So putting her in any position where she would look at me as less than a man is not really on my agenda. So it goes into a lot of key points in relationships, like we have said in a couple of our other videos, are support, communication, comprehension, understanding. All of those things tie together to make a relationship work. And I just don't, I would just forever be confused by the guys that can belittle their woman that they claim to love, or claim to care for, or claim to move mountains for. All these things, men don't understand a lot of the things that women go through that makes them precious, and they're supposed to be treated as such, not treated as an object or treated as a second option or anything like that. So yeah, it's a lot that goes into making a relationship work.
Right. So this goes for the ladies too, and men, but mainly for the ladies, because it's more domestic violence against women than men. So it's, if he be on some, oh I'm sorry, but then do it again, then he keeps saying sorry, does he do it again, then you should, that should let you know that's your cue to leave. I know sometimes it could be hard, because some can feel like, oh, he's all I know, or she's all I know because I've been with this person for so many years, and da 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 da. or oh, I don't know how to take care of myself without him or without her. And it's like, you actually can. It's just you being damaged for so long and going through that for so long, you forgot for who you was. And that's the most dangerous part, when you forget of who you are, and when you start to think like you deserved it, or you deserve to be worthless, or all these other names. Then that's when you know, that's your red flag, that's your sign to dip, to leave. No, it's not right, it's not fair, that's not normal. Like he said, your boyfriend's supposed to be your protector, okay? Not supposed to abuse you and not supposed to hurt you at all. Even for the guys too, if you know, in a relationship and your girlfriend is doing that to you, and everything you try to do is not good enough, or you can't do anything right as well, then that's your cue to leave also. Because if you know you got a good heart and you deserve better, then you should go out and find that person. Now, I'm not saying when you leave a toxic relationship, I'm not saying jump back and get into another relationship. No, because you have time to heal. When you get time to heal, then you start putting pieces back to who you are and what you stand for. Because if you stay in a situation like that, you're going to forget all your morals, you're going to forget how your worth is, you're going to forget who you are, and you're going to forget what's important to you. But yourself is important, because if can't nobody take better care of you than you. It's your body, it's your mindset. And mindset, that is something serious to keep a hold of. And if you just always around that dark and always that cloud, you're forever going to see just dark in the cloud. If you move your situation and starting to see the light, then you're going to become more better and better. So yeah, I'm not saying once you leave, go jump. No, not saying that.
Give yourself breathing.
But yeah, exactly. You give yourself time. You think even some girls that, even if their guys didn't let them go to work or go to places, you can reconnect with that. Or even if guys, the same thing, you can reconnect that too. If your girl be like, oh, you're not manly enough, and that don't have nothing to do with you. That's her problem. Just like the female, if he feel like he got to be aggressive and got to keep calling you when you first start, a relationship, everything can be okay. And like I said, little things count the most, as in the calling back to back, and then the more you pick up, the voice sound more aggressive. Or when you just can't, all of a sudden you can't go hang with your family, or you can't hang with your friends, or you can't go anywhere, or they start taking control of what you will wear and what you should wear. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying like what I have on. Like, I have a top, well, you guys can't really see it, but I have a crop top on, and it shows like a little bit of my belly. But he's not gonna be like, oh no, you need to take that off and like, he's not gonna say that. But if I'm like wearing, something that's see-through-ish, and let's just say I don't have no panties or bra on or something, then he's gonna be on some, oh no, that's showing too much.
Yeah.
Nah, you
she
gotta
ain't
put
even
it.
that kind to wear that like that.
I know I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, nah, you gotta change it now. So you gotta know the difference between your boyfriend looking out for you versus controlling you, and that goes for guys too. So basically, what I'm saying is, please just get out that type of situation. Life's too short. If you feel like you can't do it, you can. I'm here to tell you, you can.
Another sign of being in a toxic relationship like that is when you bring your problems to your significant other. Now, in any relationship, especially a romantic one, when you bring problems to your significant other, you are expecting to get it off your chest for different reasons. For understanding is for one, for them to help. You're not really necessarily looking to be judged, but when you bring something to a significant other, you expect them to be there for you. For our example, she knows that she can bring anything to me, and I'm never going to cock my neck at her sideways. I'm never going to call her out of her name. I'm never going to say you're stupid. I'm never going to say you're dumb. I'm never going to say anything like that. Not because of how she is, because she's one female. She's not an easy female. She's not going to take that. But because she knows that anything that she has or anything that she's going through, she can tell me, because I'm going to not only going to listen to her, but I'm also going to take what she says into consideration and fix the problem. It may not even have a problem to do with me. It may be a problem that had to do with her job, or it may have a problem to do with one of her friends, or anything in her outside of our relationship, anything in her personal life, anything outside of that. I would never judge for that. Most people, when they bring problems to their significant other, they have brought problems over time to them, and the person either dismisses it, doesn't listen, doesn't care. Is like at some point you're not even expecting anything, because you know this person's not going to even really give you 2 cents out of the day or 3 cents out of their pocket. You know, they're not going to care or listen. Anything she brings to me, I will drop my phone, I will cut off the TV, I will give her my undivided attention.
He really would.
Because
yes, he would.
Because that's important to me.
I interrupted.
No, that's fine. Because that's important to me. In any relationship, if you can't talk to your spouse, if you can't talk to your significant other about anything that goes on in your day, then that's just another one of the key points that shows you when stuff hits the fan, is this person really gonna be there for you? One very, very important thing that Beautiful has always told me, but she has always brought up into the conversation, is how a person can get intimate with a person, but a person can't be there for when it's time to listen, or a person can't, for example, pay a bill, or a person can't, give that security to you, but you're so quick to actually lay down and take off clothes and have something that's supposed to be so special to you, you can just give it up. So it's like, if a person doesn't work for it, a person doesn't deserve you, then a person should not get you. I'm a strong believer in that. She's definitely a very, very strong believer in that. But that's just one of the other signs. Another one is, again, a person that's, when you actually bring a problem to your significant other expecting a solution, besides throwing it up, a person will pretty much try to always flip the blame on you. They never try to understand or try to find a solution to fix the problem or get your side. Everything, again, she tells me, I take into consideration. Even times where where I can be a little difficult toward other people, or I can be difficult in public, never to her. That's a whole nother part of this video about solving problems behind closed doors. But so far as acting crazy or acting a-holish to other people, when she tells me that, I don't say, okay, well, that's just how you feel, or if anybody got a problem, forget it, I don't care. If she tells me that certain times I can act obnoxious or I can act out of pocket, I take that into consideration. Yes, I do apologize, because as her man, that's still a representation of her. Yes, it is a representation of me, but just as she is a representation of me, I am a representation of her. So if I go around with, acting like a chicken with my head cut off, and I'm just acting all crazy and stuff, then how does anyone look at her when she brings me around? No one is going to really want to hang out or be around me. That's going to be difficult for her, especially when it comes to like family events or anything like that. If a family doesn't like you, then that makes it harder. And one thing about us, on both sides, is that it's very important that our families like the other person, which is funny because my family loves her.
My family definitely loves him.
So
definitely
we just fit, and a lot of that is because I listen to what she says. I understand what she says, and I understand what she needs and what she asks. So again, comprehension and understanding is very important.
Yeah, so then it's like a last tip also. Sometimes a toxic relationship don't always have to be physical. It can just be emotionally, or it can just be, verbally. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, a relationship should always just remember, if it's like some type of disagreement or like an argument, it's not you and your partner, like nagging and getting into each other. No, it's y'all against the problem. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. So if just take that type of advice. Just always remember that, if anything, now physically in that mind control, then that's something else. Then yes, I'm telling you to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically it for what we have on toxic.
Anything that has to do, I'm sorry, but
I was done.
Anything that has to do with cheating,
right,
lying, all of that is signs of disrespect. So when we say disrespect, if a person can literally go out and do whatever they're doing as if they were single and come home to you, they don't respect you. If a person can go out and lie and tell you whatever just to get you off their back, they don't respect you. one thing about her is that she respects me is because no matter how much I know something may irritate her, no matter how much I know something may make her upset, she will always look at me with respect because I respect her enough to tell her the truth. No, I have never cheated on her. No, I have never told a lie to her other than like little white lies. Like if I say something like, you know, she calls me, boyfriend, where you at? Oh, well, I'm like 30 minutes out. I'm gonna be late for us, da 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 da. The lie would be that I'm 30 minutes late. In all honesty, I'm standing right outside her door with a gift that I just didn't want her to know I had. Like, I can't say, oh, I'm outside, because she's gonna come to the door and open it. It's like, no. I need you to, like, not think I'm here. So when I knock at the door, your guard is down. Like, you're like, okay, I know that's not boyfriend. It's probably a neighbor, or it's probably, you know, a family member coming in. Something to get a surprise. That's what I mean by a little lie. Not a big lie like where you was last night. Yeah. Oh, I was at my mom's house, or my mom went to the hospital, or something dumb like that, and then come to find out you were with a whole nother female in a whole nother house doing whatever. That's not what I mean. When anything like that, that's disrespect. So if you're not being respected in a relationship, it's always best to leave. I really can't stress that enough. We can't really take up too much time saying that, because again, we understand that everyone is different, everyone moves at their own beat, but no matter how much you love a person, no matter how much you like, no matter how much time you have invested, if the other person does not care about any of that, for them to go out and do what they do,
it don't even matter. It
shouldn't matter to you anymore at that point. It really shouldn't.
Because again, you have to have that self-worth. You have to have your own mind control. I know it'd be hard, because again, a person can be in a relationship for years and that's all they know, but it's like, no, you gotta fight it. You have to fight it. You gotta tell yourself you can do it, you can leave, you don't deserve it, so on and so on. So I just hope this video helps somebody. This is like for the people, like, of course, people that knows about toxic relationship, of course, y'all can give us also y'all opinion, but this is for people that needs to hear it and understand it more clear.
So with that being said, we're going to give you the last few tips.
They simply don't respect you.
Biggest rule. 2, your partner decides what you can and can't do.
3, your partner isn't encouraging you to grow as a person.
They're totally unwilling to compromise.
5, arguing without communication.
Avoiding each other, walking on eggshells.
7, growth and change are not important.
The relationship scoreboard, which is pretty much keeping score and throwing it in the other person's face. If you recognize any of those signs, then 9 times out of 10, you are in a toxic relationship. Again, that relationship can come from family, friends, or a professional relationship.
And remember, you are better than that.
So, we hope you guys liked this video. We hope that you guys took in a couple of the things that we were saying, if not all.
So, again, you deserve better than that. That's it. Remember, there's money out here for everyone. Make your dream happen.
If you are, again, make sure that you hit the big thumbs up. If you are new, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and join the Empire. And we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.